Good morning, everybody. I'm just going to share this real quick and then I will get started. Me and my squeaky chair. Good morning, everybody. I'm just going to share this real quick and then... Yeah, that would be my computer. I'm just finishing up... well, hold on and I'll tell you. Okay, so I'm just finishing up one of the samples that I want to show you. But I'm going to go ahead and do this while everybody is jumping on, and then I will show you everything that we're doing. How are y'all doing today? Were you excited to see me? I feel like I haven't been on a video in forever. Did y'all have a good weekend? I might have to switch out my chair because this one's squeaking, and me knowing that it's on the video is gonna drive me absolutely bonkers. I have another chair. I don't think it squeaks, but it's really short. Hi, Mary. Hi, Carolyn. Good morning. Oh, can't use that hand. Hi, Nerdy Sloth. I wanted to stitch up a couple of these treat bags to be able to show you both ways, how it looks in both ways. I don't have any of the ones that I had already made because I took them to the store and they were in the box of stuff that I took to the store, and I didn't put it on display there, but I forgot the box there, and so all the stuff that I was planning on bringing back home didn't get to come back home, and I just haven't been back up there to get it yet. I'm almost done. I'm just giving everybody a chance to jump on. We've got a few in here already, so that's good. I've just got 2 more steps and I'll be done. We will be stitching the snowball cookies. Oh, fun, fun. We will be stitching the Christmas treat bags today because I want to show y'all how to make the treat bags so you can do the Halloween ones, but also I'm not doing the Halloween ones because they don't have the light fill that I'm wanting to use for the foil to be able to show you. So we're having to do the Christmas ones instead. I might, depending on how the videos are going, I might go ahead and do a Halloween one as well, just to be able to show you, but it won't be with foil. That way, you know, you can just kind of see what they look like as well. Hi, Brenda. How are you? Looks like we're getting a nice crowd coming in today. That's exciting to see. Alright. One more. Just got to put the backing on this one. And then I will show you what I'm doing. I was a little too quick to say I would be doing this at 11 o'clock, and I wasn't quite done getting everything ready, and I was like, I'll be ready by 11. Nope. Almost ready. Have you not seen the foil before? It's kind of like Mylar. I grabbed it in several colors. It's like they're really, really thin sheets. And they are hard to hold on to. Anyway, so I grabbed them in several colors. They're just a shiny, foily, paper, Mylar stuff. And I'll show those again in just a second. I want to get turned around here. Okay. So let me turn around to my table. I got my foil sheets from our local craft shop, sewing store, Mid-South Crafting Supplies. You can find it online. I'm just not exactly sure what all they offer on the website, but I do know they do have a website. So you might can find them there. And I honestly don't know if you can find this stuff at Joann's. I haven't looked. Maybe somebody else who is more experienced with them, because I know it's not that new of a concept. I'm going to trim this one out real quick, and then we'll show you. Okay, so these are the two can you get them at the dollar store? Okay, well, I mean, if Mary says so, maybe it's true. I'll have to go check. I honestly haven't even looked at the dollar store because I just didn't think that they had any. Trim that little tail. So I have went ahead and stitched the two snowmen, the 5x7 snowman treat bag from the Christmas treat bag set. This one is done with foil under the light fill stitch. I've used the same thread colors and everything on here. So this has foil under the light fill. This is what it would look like without the foil. Which, I mean, I really like the light fill looking designs. I like that light fill look. So that's why you see a lot of my designs like that. Because I like the light fill. And you can put a piece of foil under it and make it super cool. And see how shiny it is? This is the piece that I used for the snowman. See how it looks holographic? And it's super thin. Very, very thin. It doesn't rip easily like that. But it is just a thin sheet. I am going to make 2 more treat bags today using the red and the green. I'm going to go ahead and make the Santa treat bag and the Christmas tree one as well. So that's basically what they look like. This is what we'll be doing, the foil. So the light fill looks like that without foil. And then when you put foil down and then stitch your light fill on top of it, it looks like that. And see how shiny it is? And I just used silver thread is all. It wasn't white thread that I used for that. It was silver. And it just had that silver foil. Mylar is very similar to foil in the type of technique. It just doesn't come in as many colors as foil does. And I got these in several colors. I got silver, green, brown, copper looking color, gold, red, and tan, and orange. I am going to be doing some towels with my kitchen set design that has the light fill kitchen utensils and stuff, and I will be doing that maybe later today. I know I'm going to do it sometime this week because I want to get those towels in my kitchen. So that's what I'm going to be working on. Maybe after this, or tomorrow, or the next day, or the next day. Who knows when I'll do it, but it will be soon. So I'm going to turn y'all back around to the machine. If you have any questions, go ahead and pop them in here, and I will try to answer as best I can. And I honestly didn't even think to look and see where all you could buy this stuff at. I will look it up. When I get off the video, I'll go ahead and look it up. Unless somebody else wants to research it for me and see where you can find it at. And then post it in the comments. Otherwise, I will go ahead and look it up when I get off the video. Okay, cool, Kimberly. Also, if you find it somewhere at your local place, ask them if they ship. That way we can share with everybody, and maybe they can go online and buy some to get it shipped to them. Alright, so next I'm going to go ahead and do the Christmas tree treat bag. And the first step to making these treat bags is the placement stitch. It'll do an outline for the entire bag. Hi, Inez. You really haven't missed much of anything yet. We are making the Christmas treat bags today. I'm showing how to make the treat bags, and I'm doing the Christmas one since it has the light fill, and I'm showing how you can use foil under light fill designs to give it a prettier effect to it. Because this one is the light fill without foil, and this one is light fill with foil. So we are just getting started. Next I'm doing the Christmas tree treat bag. So I've got my placement stitch down, and I'm going to put my first piece of felt just covering that placement stitch, and go ahead and stitch that down. Good morning, Patty. Hi, Sherry. Thank you. The treat bags come in 4x4 and 5x7, and each set also comes with a blank one. That way you can use any pretty vinyls that you might have, and you can add your own name or initial or whatever to it if you choose. Alright, so we've got our base material, which I'm using felt, tacked down, and the next step is the actual tree. And the Christmas tree stitches in the light felt, the light fill design. And it doesn't have a placement stitch or anything, so you just have to know that it's getting ready to stitch the tree, and you lay your foil or your Mylar down just right on top of it. Just like that. You just cut a piece to the size that you need, and I'm very generous with mine, so I just lay it on top of there and just kind of hold it, and it's gonna buckle up and it's gonna look funny, but it will be okay. So I'm using green thread, and we'll go ahead and stitch that tree. See how it kind of pulls around the sides and it wrinkles up and stuff? Once it gets a hold of it, it'll stay there and it won't cause any problems at all. It almost kind of works like water-soluble stabilizer. You know how you put that under knockdown stitches on towels and stuff, and it holds it in there? That's kind of how the Mylar is, or the foil is, and but it shows underneath and it doesn't wash away. I got mine at Mid-South Crafting Supplies. You can find them online as well. I'm not sure if they have it to ship. I went to the local store and got it, but I think they do ship it as well. I'm just going to go ahead and show y'all what this looks like. See, it stitched that light fill down right on top of the Mylar. And I'm going to keep calling it Mylar, but it's foil. I'm just going to keep calling it Mylar because I'm just used to it. It's basically the same thing. And once it stitches down, you don't have to trim it away. You just tear it. You just peel it off and it all comes off. You might have a little piece hang up and just pick it off of there. But it tears away pretty clean if you can get a hold of it. It just looks like that. So that part's done. That's literally all you have to do. You just place it down when you get ready to stitch your light, whatever design you're doing. If it's a light fill stitch that's, you know is going to show through, then you just place that down. It does hold up to being washed. Yep. I asked the lady when I purchased it, and she said yes, it will hold up if you put it on, clothing or anything like that. As long as it's stitched down good, it holds up. Yes, I am going to be doing some towels. I didn't have all of that ready yet, and I wanted to show how to make these treat bags, but I will be doing some towels too. Once I get started on those, we'll see. I might end up doing a video on them as well, but I will definitely be sharing in the group after I do them. Okay, so we've got the tree part done. Now we're going to do the star. And the star is just a little accent applique. So it's just one little piece of felt with a raw edge applique. So I'm going to stitch my placement for the star. And place my felt down right on top of that placement stitch. go ahead and trim all the excess away from our star. Each of the Christmas designs, of the treat sets for this, the Christmas ones each have a light fill and an applique accent, just like this tree does. The tree treat bag has the light fill tree, and the star is the accent. On the snowman, we had the light fill for the body, and then the hat is an applique accent. And then I will be doing the Santa, and it has his beard is a white applique, and then his hat is the light fill. I'll be doing that one as well. So the next step, we've got our applique trimmed off, and that's all you have to do to it. It's just a raw edge, so just trim it. Since it's felt, you just trim it as best you can. It won't unravel. And the next step is putting on the backing to cover the stitches. This will be the inside of the bag. And we don't want to use, well, you may not want to use a thick felt for the inside, because there will end up being 3 layers. There will be this front, and then a lining, and then your back piece. So what I do is I use a piece of olefin. It's just a really thin, papery type material. And I'll just place it on the back of the hoop, covering the entire design. And I'll go ahead and stitch the next step, which is it's a full outline. And it tacks down that lining. And then we will put the back piece on that will create the pocket. Oh, wrong color. Okay, so I've got my lining, my olefin as my lining on the back side of the hoop, and I'm going to go ahead and stitch the tack down for that. Hey Tammy, are you answering all of these questions? I must be missing some of the comments, I think. Okay, awesome. So it does show up at Joann's, Hobby Lobby, Amazon, Walmart, all of them. Good. I think they are. The Mylar and foil is the same thing. Basically, when I purchased it, she said foil comes in more colors, is what I'm understanding is the only difference. Okay, so we've got our outline done, and it tacked down the lining on the back. And now we're going to put our pocket, which is our last layer. This is the last step. It will be lined up on the back of the hoop, just covering that lower section. So I line up the top of it with this line here. Just like that. And I'm going to put a little bit of spray adhesive to hold it there for me. You can tape it if you prefer. So you just line it up with that just over the lower section. And then we'll go ahead and stitch that final step. Tammy, did you see it in multiple colors? I will be stitching another one too, Sherry. But I used felt for the front. And then I did my foil light fill tree. And then a felt star applique. I used Olefun for the lining. It's like a really thin papery type material. It's in the utility fabrics at Walmart and Joann's, I know. Actually in Hobby Lobby too. You can get Olefun at lots of places. And then I used a piece of felt to create my pocket. This is the bottom of the back of the hoop. So I'm going to go ahead and set this aside and we'll trim it out in just a minute. I'm going to go ahead and start on my next one. That was all there was to it for the tree. The next will be the Santa. So we're going to do the same thing for the Santa face. Start by stitching the placement. And put down our base material. And again, I use felt. And go ahead and stitch that tack down. These are so easy and quick, y'all. They are super fun. I'm going to go ahead and switch to my red thread. So for the Santa face, the first, after you get the material tacked down, the light fill again is the first step. It's in red. So when you go to stitch it, you will know that's when you put down your foil or your mylar. So I've got a nice generous piece and I'm just going to place it right there where we're going to be stitching his hat. On the Santa, the red part will be stitching his hat in the light fill. So that's what I'm going to be using for the foil. We always use the foil on the light part, not on the applique, because it will peel out. If you try to use it as applique, it will peel out. So you have to use it for something that has stitching over the top of it. I was just seeing that comment, cellophane sheets. That is what this feels like, so I don't know. I might have to try that and I'll see. I wouldn't guarantee that it will wash the same, but it is a possibility because it does, these do feel like cellophane sheets. It's like, it's that thickness anyway. Alright, so his hat is stitched with the foil. And so we're just going to peel it away. Just like that. It just peels right off. Now the next step is the placement for his beard, which is the applique portion. So I'm going to go ahead and switch to a light thread. We'll stitch the placement for his beard. Right. Yeah, you could use, yeah, I think the cellophane would probably work on non-washed items, and then we'll have to test it out to see how it does on washed towels and stuff. So I've got my placement stitched down. Now I'm going to go ahead and place my felt over it and stitch the tack down. Yes, Inez, you can use felt from the multi-pack. I actually had to go get some of that just the other day because I needed multiple colors, and I didn't want to have to make them cut a whole big bolt for the little amount that I needed, so that multi-pack worked out good for me. I got all the colors I needed in just small amounts. Because when you only need an inch of yellow for a few stars, it doesn't even take a whole one of those sheets for all that. So I've got the beard stitched down, and I'm going to go ahead and trim that out. I'm just trimming all the excess from around the applique. And when you're using felt for appliques, it doesn't have to be super close. I get as close as I can, and if it leaves a little, edge around it, that's totally fine, because it's a raw edge, so, you want it to be a little, I don't know, rustic looking maybe. It has that little edging to it. Okay, the next step after you tack down the beard is Santa's face, and it's going to stitch just a little oval skin color face right on top of that white felt. Olyfun, O-L-Y-F-U-N is the name of the lining the name of the stuff that I'm using for the lining. You're welcome. So his face is stitched. And next, we need white. And I need to get Actually, I'm just going to use silver. Y'all, I'm so sorry about this squeaky chair. It drives me absolutely nuts. I will get a new one of these days. So the next step is calling for white. I'm using silver, but it's for his mustache and his little palm of his hat. I am using tearaway stabilizer, D. I use tearaway stabilizer for almost everything. I couldn't figure out where to put the WD-40. I couldn't figure out the part that was actually squeaking. Because I tried that. I flipped it over and it seems like it's squeaking from the seat. But the seat looks like it's cardboard. I don't know. I'll try it again. I'll just spray WD-40 on the whole thing. I have one little jump there between his mustache and his hat palm. I'm going to go ahead and trim that. So this is what we're looking like so far. And next we're going to do the black for his eyes and pink for his nose. Let's see his Santa's little face and his mustache. So I went ahead and switched my thread color to black for his eyes, and then I'll be doing pink for the nose. Oh, my pink's all tangled up. There we go. I'm not even going to mess with untangling that. Have a little tail here. I just don't want that pink to stitch on top of that black tail and get hung under there. So now we're going to stitch the nose. So even though there's a few extra steps on these, they're still really quick stitch outs, honestly. You know, the Christmas ones have a little bit more detail than the Halloween designs do. The Halloween treat bags only have one applique on each one. There's a pumpkin, and it's just the orange pumpkin, and then there's the black cat and a white ghost. Actually, now that I think about it, the ghost has black eyes, so he does have a couple steps, but The other ones I think are just one step. So I'm gonna, I'll go ahead and take this off to show you. I've got his face all done, the applique and everything all done, and I'm gonna turn it over and put my olefin on the back for the lining. Just like that. It's on the back of the hoop. And we will go ahead and stitch that down. Tammy or Kimberly or somebody, if y'all are still on, can you grab the link to the treat bags and post it in the comments for me? Would y'all do that, please? Somebody? I always forget to do that. I should do that at the beginning of the video. And I have lots of fill design, lots of light fill designs for towels and other stuff like that you can use this method on as well. I'll share some of those throughout the day today so y'all can see. So I've got my lining on the back, and now I'm going to put the backing, the last piece of felt, just in that lower section that's going to create the pocket. And that's on the back of the hoop as well, so we're going to go ahead and stitch that down. And then we'll cut them out, and I'll show you the different options that you have to use these little bags. I use Drit's quilt basting spray. This is the only one that I ever use. It doesn't gum up the needle or anything, in my experience. I got this particular can, came from Hobby Lobby, and it was $15. I've had it for the longest time though. I only really use it for appliques and things like this that I need to stick stuff to the back of the hoop. You know, I don't use a lot of it for actual quilt basting or anything like that, so a little bit is all you need. Sorry, I was trying to get that turned around. I had my charger plugged in and it wouldn't reach. Alright, so now we are going to trim these out. Set that aside over there somewhere. I'm trying to get my camera just right, y'all. That way I can kind of get in here. Okay, can y'all see? Thank you, Nancy, for posting that link for me. Oh, goodness. Sorry, y'all. I don't mean to make y'all dizzy. Yes, always check those coupons for Joann's and for Hobby Lobby, too. Or Michael's or anywhere. They always have coupons. Let's see. And this monster. Okay, so let's trim these out. And I'm using my big Tim Holtz shears. They make nice long cuts. So for something little like this, I can cut the whole thing in one big swipe. Just like that. Excuse me. So there's our Santa. See how that how it looks? It's got shimmery look to it. That's from the foil underneath it. Because otherwise it would just be light fill stitching on that red hat, just like this, which also looks cute. You don't have to do the foil. If you just want a delicate little look like that, then you don't have to have foil to do this, and it will look just the same. Or I mean, it will look just as good. It won't look the same, obviously, but it will look good. But this is with the foil, and so it's just that one little tiny piece of mylar foil stuff under that light fill, and then his beard is applique, and then the palm is stitched on. I feel like y'all can't see. It's got such a glare. My light is super bright. Nope, I didn't want to do that. Oh no, now I don't know what I did. Sorry, y'all. It's not going to turn back. Oh no. Okay, well. How did I do that? All I did was touch it. And it's turned sideways now. Isn't it sideways though? Is it bad? Okay, nothing's wrong. Is it fine? Alright, we'll just work with it. It looks sideways to me. Okay. Okay, good. I wonder why it looks sideways on my camera. Okay. So anyway, this is the little Santa from the treat bags. This was the snowman. He has a light fill stitch. The Santa has a light fill on his hat. And we used mylar foil to put underneath that light fill. We have one little jump right there. To put under the light fill that gave it this awesome look to it. This is without the foil, and this is with the foil. So see how different they look? But they're both cute either way, I think. I like the light fill look. And, I mean, I like it as well with the foil on there too, but I also like the light fill. For my towels and stuff, I like using that because I don't like a real dense feel to the designs when I use my towels. So I'm going to go ahead and trim up this Christmas tree bag. Are y'all still there? Between my phone and my computer, they are not communicating well, because my computer just went off. The video that I'm watching my playback on the computer it just went away. It's back now. Anyway, so this is the Christmas tree. We used the light fill on the tree and we put foil under that. And then the star was the applique. Excuse me. Okay. I'm glad y'all are still here. Okay, so now we've got them all cut out. Now, what can we do with these little bags? Of course, you can stick candy in them. We can close them up, add a little snap. One of the things I did was add a snap here at the point and on the back. And I just eyeball my centers, so I poke the hole here on the top and in the middle of the pocket there. And then that's where I'll put my snap. Trying to find a top. And I'm just using my cam snaps and my hand press. And then, so I put the cover of the button on the front side, just like that. And then for the bottom part, you put the cover, the flat part, on the inside. So it should look like that. And your snap will close like this. So with it like this, in the 5x7, it will hold a pack of Tic Tacs or a gift card. And I actually think I took the gift card in the house. But it will hold a gift card inside and close up. And so it'll look like that. This has Tic Tacs inside of it. So it will fit that all the way in there. And then the gift card as well. It will fit all the way down inside a 5x7. Now the 4x4, they will fit the Tic Tacs and the gift card will also fit in a 4x4. But it will stick up. And this is a 5x7 too. I just want to show you what I'm talking about. It will be more like that on a 4x4. So what I did on the 4x4 is added an eyelet to it. I just punched a hole. Actually, I need to put these up. I just punched the hole there at the top. And look, I am such a pro at these eyelets now, y'all. And when you stick your candy or your gift card in there, it doesn't close the same in the 4x4s. It'll stick up just a little bit like that out of the top of a 4x4 pouch. And so what you do, you'll tie a little ribbon around it and you can hang it from the tree or tie it on a gift bag or whatever. And then their treat or gift card is in there. And they don't tend to come out. Like if it gets jostled around or whatever. They do hold pretty snug, even in the 4x4. So I just tied that, tied a little ribbon to my 4x4s with an eyelet like that, so they can hang. And then, also what I did on the 4x4 is, I'm not going to show y'all, or I'm not going to do it, but I can just tell you, tie a little bow, just tie a little ribbon into a bow, and then just glue it on right there. And then you can just, you know, give it as is, or do the same and add an eyelet and hang it. And it'll have a little bow hanging off of it too. So it's super cute. There's a few different ways. You can get creative and do it however you want to. And also with the blank one, you can use vinyl on it. And if you're, let me tell you a little tip. If you're going to use vinyl, if you use the printed vinyl and you just want it to be blank, or if you want to add a name to the front, this is your front. So even on the blank one, this will be your front. So if you add a name here, you're going to want to do it on plain vinyl. That way it shows up. And then your printed vinyl will go here. And it looks so cute. I used a printed vinyl, and I'm so sorry that I don't have all of my samples. But I used the printed vinyl for the back pocket, and then the solid was on the front. And so when I folded it down, it was so cute because it had the printed here and then the solid little point to it. It was adorable. And I think y'all can see that in some of the pictures. I do have a picture of that one in the group somewhere. It was the Halloween one, which I know I took it to the shop. But anywho, so I used for my samples to try out, I used the box of Tic Tacs because that's, you know, a pretty common size, and a pack of gum, let's see, gift cards. Of course, you could fold up some cash and stick in there to give as a gift, since they're Christmas ones. The Halloween ones are perfect for candy, and it fit. Let's see, I tried little miniature candy bars, the little Hershey's bars, and it fit 3 or 4 of those. And then I tried Hershey's Kisses, and I think it fit 4 or 5, 4 in the 4x4, and 5 in the bigger one. The gift card, of course, fits in both. It just doesn't fit the same way. So the gift card in the 5x7, the bigger one, it'll close. It'll go in and close all the way down. For the 4x4, it sticks out a little bit on top, because to make it fit, of course, in a 4x4 hoop, it could only be so tall. So I tried to make it as tall as I could to fit as best I could, but I know there are a lot of you with just a 4x4, so I wanted to make sure y'all had that option as well. But anyway, so I think that is all we've got for today. I hope you can see me. I turned it around to do a quick sign off. But so that was fun. That's basically how you do the treat bags. The Halloween ones are the same assembly as far as the placement and tack down. But they just don't have the light fill stitch on those. They're only the single little applique accent. But they are super fun, and they are made the same way in the same sizes. And like I was saying before, each set, the Christmas and the Halloween, will come with a blank 4x4 and a blank 5x7 as well. And I keep saying 5x7, but the bigger ones, I just say 5x7 because it fits into a 5x7 hoop. It won't fit in the 4x4, but it actually measures about 5 by 3. So, you know, it won't fit, the bigger one won't fit in a 4 by 4. It fits in a 5 by 7 hoop. So that's why I call those 5 by 7s, even though they don't measure a full 5 by 7 inches. So I hope that was clear as mud. Sorry. But anywho, so I'm going to go ahead and jump off here. I'm going to try to get my towels together, and maybe I will get started on one of those, and I can go ahead and show y'all what that mylar looks like on a towel as well. I will go ahead and share, when I get off the video, I'm going to go ahead and share some links to some of the other light fill designs that I have available. So y'all can take a peek at those and maybe make some fun fall towels. And I know one of the kitchen sets, which is what I'm doing, with the bowls and the utensils on it, those are in fun, bright colors on the design. They're in like blue and pink and, I don't know, orange or yellow or something. I can't remember what I set the design at. But anyway, I'm going to be using those for my fall towels. And I'm just changing up the color scheme a little bit. And that way they're not, you know, pink and blue. They're orange and red and burgundy or whatever colors are fall colors. Brown, copper looking is what I'm going for, actually. And I thought I had some tan towels that I was going to use, but I didn't, I can't find them. I only have light blue and white, so I guess I'm going to be doing white towels today. And as you should have received a link to download in your emails. There was a link on the checkout page after your order was complete. You would have a link there, and then you receive a download link in your email. But, alright. Well, I hope y'all have a great day. I will be sharing some links in the group. And make sure if y'all try this, and if you do the mylar, or even if you don't, and you just do the light fill, be sure to come back and share in the group so we can all see. You know, put your own creative touch on it and see how it turns out. I would love to see it. And I will talk to you all later. And I will be around all day. So if you have anything to share or discuss or questions or anything, go ahead and jump over to the group and I will see them. So I will talk to y'all later. Have a good day. Bye-bye.